Hey everybody, we're here with Dakota, who just got top 8 at the Iowa Regional and then won a Winamat. He played a different deck for both events, so we decided to profile both, and this is the deck he used for the Winamat. What did you play this weekend?
So for the Winamat, I decided to play True Draco, Windwitch, Spellbook.
Alright, that sounds interesting. Do you want to get into the profile?
Yep. So for True Dracos, I did 2 Masterpiece, 3 Dynamite, 2 Ignis. So with this version, you don't need Masterpiece as much because of Crystal Wing. And then you still need Knuckles because you want to get into your traps as often as possible. And I decided to keep 2 Ignis just because Heritage is such an important piece for this deck. For the Windwitches, I did the normal ratios of 3 Ice Spell, 2 Glass, and 1 Snowbell. A lot of the times, if this does not go off for a Crystal Wing on turn 2, you still have Monster Tribute, so you can go into Masterpiece or Knuckles. So I really like that about this. That way I didn't just have a dead monster on the field or a dead card in hand. And then 2 Ash, 1 Maxi. The 1 Maxi should just be mandatory since it's only at 1. The 2 Ash was more for going against True Draco and stopping a lot of plays with Cosmo and with Zoo that I went up against. And then I put in 2 Gofu. So instead of using this for Decode Talker like a lot of people do, what I would do is with Diagram, I would pop one of the tokens to get into my Masterpiece and use the other token in Gofu in order to make a Proxy Dragon, and then with whatever back row I have that's continuous, I would turn that into a Masterpiece that's unaffected by monsters as well as either spell or trap. It got around other Masterpieces, it got around Dark Destroyer when I went against Cosmo, it got around Dridents. So I really liked it a lot. I don't think I'd bump it up to 3 just because I don't want to see this that much. There's just more free summons. And then for Spellbook, 2 Blue Boy, 2 Secrets, and 2 Knowledge for draw power. So with this, it thins your deck out by 4 if you're able to get either Secrets or Blue Boy. Knowledge is kind of a dead draw sometimes without one of those 2, but 2/3 of the engine searches out the rest of it, so it kind of evens itself out throughout matches. And then 3 Diagram to see it as consistently as possible. Same thing with Heritage, and then I only played 2 Disciples, unlike for the regional build. You don't need Disciples as often, you don't really need to recycle because you try to end games faster with a Crystal Wing and a Masterpiece on board. And then draw power, I had 2 Desires to go with the Spellbook engine, and then 2 Terraformings to search out the Diagram. Then I kept in 2 Grizel Prison, wanted to stop Zoo, wanted to stop any sort of Synchro deck that I might have ran into. Stops it for 2 turns, where Barrier stops it for 1. And then 2 Apocalypse, 2 Return, and then 1 Warning, and then Imperial Order in the main deck. Extra I didn't have too much time with since I didn't really use an extra deck for the regional, so I kind of just threw together 1 Decode Talker and 2 Proxy Dragon. With the Gofu, like I explained earlier, you go into Proxy Dragon and you just use it as free tribute fodder, so you don't have to waste your normal summon that on something else to tribute the True Dracos with. That way you can use your normal summon on Blue Boy and get your +2. And then I had 1 Crystal, 1 Winter Bell, and 1 Clear Wing. This was just mostly for the Windwitch. I would go into Clear Wing if I was afraid of them trying to pop anything. Otherwise, I would just go into the other one just to get off a bit more burn damage. Rest of it's kind of really random just to fill it up since I didn't have many extra deck cards on me. Black Rose, I didn't really go into it. Same with Stardust Charge and Zeta and Spark Dragon. The rest is just random fusions I had in my binder. They never came up. I have no way of summoning them. They're just kind of there to fill up space. Side deck I kept the same as for the regional. 3 Zephion for True Draco, Paleo. There was a few Paleo players. There's a few Chain Burn. Luckily, I didn't have to go up against Chain Burn or Paleo, but I was prepared just in case. 2 Kaiju for any boss monsters. 3 Cyclones for Pendulums, for Barrages, for Diagrams, and then 3 Board Wipes for going second. Anti-Spell worked really well with Skill Drain. Every time I'd have Anti-Spell, I would also have Skill Drain up, so it kind of created a lock where they couldn't use Dryden to pop the Anti-Spell, and then whenever they had a way, like a Cyclone that they had to set because of Anti-Spell, I could use the True Draco traps to pop the True Draco spell cards to pop their newly placed back row during my turn or at their end phase.
Alright, so any other comments you want to make? Any changes you would make or any shoutouts you want to give?
I would probably keep it the same. I'm going to use this build for Minneapolis next weekend. I'm going to continue testing. I might change out a couple things. I might make it a bit more anti-meta and put Skill Drain and Anti-Spell in the main, because that seemed to win most of my games, where I would lose the first round and then, or the first round, and then round 2 and 3 they would just win it by themselves with a Masterpiece on board or with a Crystal Wing as just a big body.
Alright, well, congratulations again.
Thank you.